Welcome to Guess Which Is Not. Without further ado, let's begin. Which is not a berry? A. Blueberry, B. Banana, or C. Strawberry? The correct answer is strawberries are not classified as true berries since they develop from multiple ovaries in a single flower and bear their seeds on the exterior. Botanically, this makes them aggregate fruits. In contrast, true berries like blueberries and bananas originate from a single ovary and contain their seeds internally, which aligns with the botanical definition of a berry. Pumpkins and watermelons are also classified as berries, known as pepos. Pumpkins are the largest type of berry. Which is not a nut? A. Chestnut, B. Almond, or C. Acorns? The correct answer is almonds are not true nuts. They are seeds found inside the pit of a fruit called a drupe. True nuts, like chestnuts and acorns, are hard-shelled fruits that do not open to release their seeds. Almonds come from the same family as peaches and plums. Almonds are one of the most widely grown tree crops in California. Despite their name, they are more closely related to stone fruits than to true nuts. Which is not a flower bud we eat? A. Celery, B. Cauliflower, or C. Artichoke? The correct answer is celery is not a flower bud. It is a stem that is eaten for its crunchy texture. In contrast, both cauliflower and artichokes are immature flower buds harvested before they bloom. Celery belongs to the same family as parsley and carrots. In ancient Greece, celery was used for medicinal purposes rather than food. It contains antioxidants and is low in calories. Which is not a mushroom? A. Portobello, B. Truffle, or C. Shiitake? The correct answer is truffles are fungi, but they are not considered mushrooms because they grow underground and have a different structure. Mushrooms like portobello and shiitake grow above ground and have caps with gills. Truffles lack these features and rely on animals to spread their spores. Truffles are among the most expensive foods in the world due to their rarity and difficulty to harvest. Specially trained dogs or pigs are used to locate them underground. Which is not a palm tree fruit? A. Coconut, B. Date, or C. Pineapple? The correct answer is pineapples are not palm fruits. They grow on a tropical plant in the bromeliad family. In contrast, coconuts and dates both grow on different species of palm trees. Pineapples develop from many small flowers that fuse together into one large fruit. In the 1700s, pineapples were so rare that people rented them as decorations for parties. They became a symbol of wealth and hospitality. Which is not a vegetable? A. Carrot, B. Tomato, or C. Broccoli? The correct answer is tomatoes are not vegetables. They are fruits because they develop from the ovary of a flower and contain seeds. Carrots are roots and broccolis are flower heads, but they are all classified as vegetables. Tomatoes are often used like vegetables in cooking, which causes confusion. In 1893, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that tomatoes should be taxed as vegetables. This was due to their common use in savory dishes. Which is not a root vegetable? A. Potato, B. Radish, or C. Turnip? The correct answer is potatoes are not root vegetables. They are stem tubers, which are swollen parts of the stem that grow underground. Radishes and turnips, however, are true roots that store nutrients for the plant. Potatoes have eyes that are actually stem buds. Potatoes were first grown by the Inca people in the Andes Mountains over 7,000 years ago. They are now one of the most important food crops worldwide. Which is not a fruit? A. Avocado, B. Rhubarb, or C. Zucchini? The correct answer is rhubarb is not a fruit. It is a vegetable because we eat its stalk, not the part that comes from a flower's ovary. Avocados and zucchinis are both technically fruits since they develop from flowers and contain seeds. Rhubarb is often used in sweet dishes, but that does not make it a fruit. Rhubarb leaves are poisonous due to a compound called oxalic acid. Only the stalks are safe to eat. Which is not a leafy green? A. Spinach, B. Kale, or C. Cabbage? The correct answer is cabbage is not considered a leafy green in the same way as spinach and kale because its leaves are tightly packed into a head. Leafy greens like spinach and kale have loose, edible leaves that are often eaten raw or cooked. Cabbage is classified more as a heading vegetable. Cabbage has been grown for food for over 2,000 years. It was popular with the ancient Romans and Greeks. Which is not a herb? A. Basil, B. Oregano, or C. Vanilla? The correct answer is vanilla is not a herb. It is a spice made from the pods of an orchid plant. Herbs like basil and oregano are made from the leafy parts of plants. Vanilla requires a long curing process after harvesting. Vanilla is the second most expensive spice after saffron. It is often hand-pollinated because natural pollinators are rare outside its native region. Which is not a spice? A. Cinnamon, B. Ginger, or C. Garlic? The correct answer is garlic is not a spice. It is a vegetable that grows as a bulb. Cinnamon and ginger are both spices used to flavor food. Spices usually come from parts of plants like roots, seeds, or bark that are dried and ground. Garlic was used as medicine by the ancient Egyptians. It contains a compound called allicin, known for its antibacterial properties. Which is not a nut? A. Peanut, B. Pecan, or C. Hazelnut? The correct answer is peanuts are not true nuts. They are legumes like beans and lentils. They grow underground and develop in pods. Pecans and hazelnuts, on the other hand, are true tree nuts that grow on woody plants. Peanut butter was invented in 1895 by Dr. John Harvey Kellogg. Peanuts are one of the most widely consumed snack foods in the world. Which is not a fern? A. Moss, B. Liverwort, or C. Pine tree? The correct answer is pine trees are not ferns. They reproduce using seeds and cones. Ferns, mosses, and liverworts do not produce seeds. Instead, they reproduce using spores. Pine trees belong to a different group called gymnosperms. Ferns appeared over 360 million years ago. and were among the first land plants. They still reproduce without flowers or seeds. Which is not a tropical fruit? A. Mango, B. Papaya, or C. Apple? The correct answer is apples are not tropical fruits. They grow best in temperate climates with cold winters. Mangoes and papayas thrive in warm tropical areas near the equator. Apple requires a period of cold dormancy to produce fruit. There are more than 7,500 known apple varieties. The crab apple is the only type native to North America. Which is not a real tea plant? A. Chamomile, B. Green tea, or C. Black tea? The correct answer is chamomile is not made from the tea plant. It is a herbal tea made from dried flowers of the chamomile plant. Green tea and black tea both come from the same plant, Camellia sinensis, and differ in how they are processed. Chamomile does not contain caffeine unless blended with true tea leaves. All real teas, white, green, oolong, and black, come from Camellia sinensis. The difference is in how long the leaves are oxidized and processed after harvest. How many did you get right? Comment down below and see your rankings. See you on the next game and stay stable.